What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Just Knock Smith channel. Man, it has been a long time since I said that. Anyway, welcome back. So coming into the shop right here, we have a lot to talk about. And if you follow me for the truck content, the 6.0 is still down, but this video isn't truck related, so don't click off just yet. This video is going to be Surron related. So we do have a Surron Light B. We just purchased this a couple of days ago, and we've already done quite a few mods. I guess I've had it for about a week or so now. I'm gonna go ahead and, hello? So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and talk about a few mods and stuff that you should do to your Surron as soon as you get it, and kind of just like my overall thoughts and impressions on the Surron after putting roughly 150 miles on it. I actually bought this one used off of my brother, and it had right at like 200 miles, and now it has 348. So I put right at about 150 miles on it. He put 200 on it, and of course after I cleaned on it for like an hour and a half, it cleans up very good still. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and talk about a few of the upgrades that I've done to the Surron already and some future plans for upgrades. So first off, the stock seat cover is very slippery. I purchased this off of eBay. It's Enjoy Manufacturing. It's a gripper seat cover that has these ribs right here. Really helps a lot. I would highly recommend getting one of these. I went ahead and took off the factory Surron grips and put on some Pro Taper grips. I would also recommend getting a direct mount like headset bar clamp for your handlebars. I'm going to go ahead and do that and get the 20mm riser as well, so that's kind of like a future upgrade. Because I'm actually a fan of the stock bars on here, but they just need to be a little bit taller. I will say that the rear tire is getting to need replaced. So if you're already like a Surron enthusiast, comment down below, guys, what's the best wheel and tire setup for these things? I think I'm going to end up going with like more of like a trials tire, like an in-between a street and trail. I'm definitely not going like full-blown trail, because I do a lot of urban riding on this bike. So I don't want to go with something that's like full-blown supermoto, you know, street tire, and I don't really want to go with something that's like full-blown dirt bike tire. So I'm thinking about going with the Shinko brand, probably like a 244 or maybe the 241, I think it is. The front tire is actually holding up well. I do a lot of wheelies on this thing, so honestly the front tire doesn't touch the ground as much as the rear. But anyway, going back to some upgrades that I've done, you can definitely upgrade the front forks, or you can make them better just keeping the factory ones. You can add some air to them. So if you're kind of heavy, above 150 pounds, I weigh right at 200 pounds, so I put 150 psi in the fork, and whenever I first got it, it only had like 45 psi, so it was very soft. And then to make the rear kind of match, I turned the compression all the way in right here, and then I sped up the rebound a little bit, and then I also tightened down the preload on this rear spring. But I do have a heavy duty rear spring coming. So this one is a 450 pound rear spring from the factory, and it's not really set up for a 450 pound rider, but that's just like the spring rate. Maybe if it'll focus. 450 pound, I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I ordered a 550 pound spring, so it's going to be just a little bit stiffer to where it will match the front forks. Next up, we're going to be talking about the foot pegs. I just purchased these off of Amazon. They were just a cheap upgrade, and the only thing that I'm not a huge fan on is they have a little bit of like side to side play. I mean, obviously not whenever your feet are on them. They don't move side to side at all, but there is just a little bit of gap right here in the bracket. So you could either bend this bracket a little bit to make that fit tighter, or you could just put your little washer right there, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. So as far as like the chain stretching and stuff like that, it doesn't really happen often, because these don't have as much torque as like a dirt bike, so to say. Also, if you are interested in any pit bike or dirt bike content, I've got a CRF 110 that I would love to do some more videos on. I'll be doing some videos on that thing soon, but that thing is sick. Anyway, guys, so overall, I absolutely love the Surron. They are more on the expensive side, I will say, but for what I have in that pit bike after I've done like a bunch of the upgrades versus what I've got in this thing, which of course I got mine used for a really good deal. Of course, I'm happy with what I have in this thing. There are different prices all around with the Surron if you enjoy mountain bikes, if you enjoy pit bikes, or if you enjoy dirt bikes in general. And of course, if you're respectful, you can get away with doing quite a bit of urban riding, of course, depending on your city and state and where you're riding at and what you're doing. But as far as just putting around on sidewalks and exploring and stuff, this thing is great for that. I have literally, like I said, put around 150 miles on it, and that's all been on trails that are actually like in town, within the city limits, and of course riding on sidewalks and back streets and stuff like that. So really, really cool that you can get around on the e-bike. All right, guys, so enough talking. I guess let's go ahead and I'll have Vanessa video us doing some wheelies up the road, and we will go ride this thing. Isn't that cool? We've also got a package from Chai Batteries. So huge shout out to Chai Battery Systems for getting this in the estimated lead time. This is the Gladiator 72 volt compact. So we will be installing this on a customer Surron. We actually have one of my buddies, a really good customer and friend of mine, wanted to do the 72 volt upgrade, so we're going to go with the BAC 4000 and the Chai Battery System 72 volt. But yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video of me riding the Surron. It's gonna be the first Surron video on the channel, so I hope y'all enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button if y'all want to see more. Always remember, everybody starts out as a nobody, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.